The game doesn't start for another 5 minutes, but it is what it is. We're still watching this Kentucky Missouri game. Archangel Music, welcome into the chat. Chris Hand, welcome into the chat as well. I hope everybody so far is having a lovely evening. It is late here on the East Coast. Another past 9 o'clock tip that'll take us probably close to midnight at this rate. But we're here for it. So it's going to be Duke at Pittsburgh. We will play this team in a very odd scheduling quirk again in, let's see, what's today? Tuesday? About a week and a half's time. So we will have a game coming up against Georgia Tech on Saturday. We'll be live for that one. And then we have a week off. And then we will play Pittsburgh again. So it is a bit weird, but I suppose it is what it is. We'll see if we can pick up 2 wins in this little home and away that we've got here. Duke absolutely getting the better of Pittsburgh of late. This is, where was it? Yeah, this is the 25th time these two teams have met in the ACC, with Duke holding the 16-8 advantage. And so we met twice last year as well. John Shire getting the better of Jeff Capel in both of those instances. The first one was 77-69 during the regular season in Durham, and then the second one was a bit of a blowout in the ACC tournament. That was a 96-69 win. So we've been doing pretty good against Jeff Capel and his squad, although they come in at 10-5 right now, which is a pretty respectable record, to be fair. Although the issue with that is that they're 1-3 in conference. And so despite the positive record, they have a negative record when it comes to the ACC. They've lost to UNC 70-57, Clemson 79-70, and Syracuse 81-73. Syracuse, which we just beat a couple games ago. Their only win came against Louisville, who seems to be doing almost as bad as they were last year, which is hard to imagine. That was an 83-70 win. So, like, these games against these other ACC schools haven't really been close. I don't know. We're favored by 5.5 points. It's a game it's an ACC game on the road. Obviously, it's going to be tough, but it feels like we should be able to handle this. A couple things to keep in mind before the game gets going, though, for those of you following along and watching at home. Blake Hinson, number 2 on Pittsburgh, is the one to watch. He's tied for 3rd in the ACC and 45th nationally right now in scoring with about 19 points per game. So he might end up getting his tonight. He's a senior forward, so it's not like, sometimes if you have these really hot players from the other teams, they end up being guards. And you can put, we expect Jeremy Roach or have Proctor on them, who are great on-ball defenders. That really isn't the case here, as you probably have a mismatch on having a guard like Jeremy Roach on a 6'8 guy. So you're going to have somebody else like Mark Mitchell on him, and we'll be able to see essentially what happens defensively there. So yeah, let's get caught up with chat. Nicholas Jackson, welcome in. Hello, good evening as well. And Timothy, hey everybody, welcome in. Anybody's living in the Carolinas, you've had a nasty day. Oh my goodness, the tornadoes. Yeah, I hear it's actually been pretty bad on the East Coast, whether it's snow or wind. The wind hasn't been too bad here in Miami, although it has it's been blowing gusting 30s, but no, nothing serious. But all right, and that's where we will tip things off. So let's get your Packers. Yes, Chris, your Packers are in. By the way, so congratulations, number 1. Number 2, I believe it's hilarious that they have a game against Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys, former coach. There's plenty of storylines in that one. Did anybody out? So I had Michigan going into the game last night. I think we reviewed this on the game this weekend. So I was not surprised that Michigan won. I was kind of surprised that it was close for a while. They did kind of seem to have the almost to go towards a blowout there. But and the Steelers are in too, Timothy. We'll get to talk about some of the football here in a second, but we are ready for tip actually at the what is this place even called? The Packard Pavilion? Okay, whatever. At Pittsburgh. So, the 5 on the floor for our Blue Devils is sort of the standard that has started ever since Proctor went out with the injury, and that's actually going to be a turnover by Filipowski there. You got Filipowski, Mitchell, Roach, Foster, and McCain. Of course, Mitchell has just been on a tear these last 2 games. Our best player on the floor by far. Let's see if he can repeat it here tonight. Pitt a little short-staffed due to injuries. But here is Carlton Carrington, one of the top ACC freshmen. Number 7 is the other one to keep an eye on. He's been named Rookie of the Week 4 times in the ACC so far. And there's Mitchell trying to go to work. Filipowski actually will get the tap in and his own rebound, and Filipowski breaks the ice on the scoring. So it's 2-0 Duke. Filipowski hasn't been as productive offensively in these last couple games. Mark Mitchell really bearing the load as far as the bigs go. So maybe we're looking for a bit of a bounce back game for Flip tonight. Duke in this, got the 2 bigs up top on defense there, and Mitchell deflects or alters the shot as Pitt comes up empty. And Filipowski thought about the 3. Mitchell hit 2 threes last time against Notre Dame. That was unexpected. McCain with a little up and under. Beautiful look. And it's 4-0 Duke. I was in the storm coming home from work at around 2. So, Nicholas, you've got the over there in the Carolinas. Glad you are home safely and able to enjoy this game with us, though. That is not fun. Whew. As we pick it back up here, it is 7-4 here, 2 minutes in. This right here is Jaland Lowe, who's got the ball. And oh my goodness, Guillermo Diaz-Graham gets fouled as he... What a shot fake. Mitchell, foul on Mitchell. It is kind of funny that Jim Boeheim is one of the commentators for this one on ESPN. I kind of like that. I doubt Mike Krzyzewski is going to do any of them. I feel like, although maybe not. He does do podcasts, so it would be kind of funny if he did one. As Diaz-Graham gets the first one, and Keon, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for showing up, everybody. It's a late night here, and we got a full house. Diaz-Graham gets both of them 4-2. We got a full house to enjoy this one here tonight. Okay, road game, obviously, always very difficult. I am worried about the slow start, although we did pretty good at Notre Dame, honestly. That was a pretty efficient... Even though it was close, it was back and forth, but we managed to pull back late, and Filipowski's got to put this one up. We've got 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that's 4 points for him. At the end of the day, though, the Notre Dame game to me is like, it becomes one of those, like, you kind of just like, hey, you win, and then you kind of forget about it. Aside from the Mark Mitchell show. Lowe hands the ball off here to Carrington. So Carrington has been averaging 18 points per game here in the last over the last several. Roach is just going to step into a 3. That's not quite there, and we've got a rebound for Pitt. They're going to try to get it up ahead, and they do. They score easily in transition, and that is number 55, Zach Austin, 6-4. Oh, Mitchell is going to shoot it. No, oh my God, that was terrible. Oh boy. Flip with the offensive board, we get a reset. Maybe we can take a shot that is a bit more higher percentage. I'm not sure if that Caleb Foster turnaround like hook shot counts as more higher percentage, but Pitt just turns it over. Goodness gracious. You know, the other interesting thing, if you think back to that Notre Dame game, we had 9 turnovers at halftime of that Notre Dame game. We average about 9.5 turnovers per game. We only had 2 turnovers in the entire second half. I thought that offensively, we really took good care of the ball. We sort of woke up out of the malaise. I thought it was a really strong second half. We've had 2 games in a row now with really strong second halves. The second half against Syracuse and the second half against Notre Dame, where offensively the offense just seems to have clicked. Um, so even though like the first half might be a bit back and forth, we really seem to be settling into this like second half team kind of thing. McCain inbound here as we've had a few deflections off of Pitt players. Oh, no, sorry. Proctor inbounded it to McCain, and it got blocked. That was number 55, Zach Austin, there with the block. And indeed, it is a bit of a block party when you play Pitt between Federico, Zach Austin, and Diaz Graham. Those are 3 players ranked in the top 15 in the league in blocks. They just have 2 right there, so... Or that's just a deflection on the inbound, rather. They're basically... Those 3 players are basically going for about 4 blocks a game. So a lot of interior presence here. A lot of interior presence. We're going to try to inbound this for the 3rd time. And we do get it to Filipowski, who's being guarded by Federico at the moment. And Filipowski's trying to go one-on-one and just dribbles it off his foot. Man, that's painful. So after multiple attempts of trying to just inbound the ball, it results in a turnover. The crossover there, that one for Lowe, no good, and the defensive rebound to Duke. Proctor now on the floor up ahead to Roach. Roach is going to step into a 3. That one looks real nice, and it goes down. Remember, Roach is hitting about 50% from the 3-point line. Woo! You love it from the senior. That is a very nice start here. Yeah, Roach has 17 or more points in 8 of the last 9, but also McCain is averaging 18 points. That's a really cheap foul. McCain is averaging about 18 points in over the last 6. So that's a foul out of Roach. So that's 2 Duke fouls there. Oh boy. All right. So, all right, Chad. Now we've hit the timeout. We can talk about the football from this weekend. So, my brother and I actually went to the Bills-Dolphins game here in Miami, which was pretty cool, I must say. The game itself was not as a high profile as perhaps it was billed to be. At the beginning of the day, the Bills had to win in order to actually stay in the playoffs. And then by virtue of the Jacksonville loss to Tennessee, which was hilarious, they had sort of clinched that berth anyway. So they were really just trying to like flip-flop who ended up winning the division. But I must say I was very impressed to see Josh Allen play in person. He got it done with his legs. The number of turnovers in that game was rather exceptional for a football game for both teams. I feel like those were some of the more spectacular plays. But the Bills look good. I think I am. I would be very worried if I was a Miami fan. Depending on the health of Mostert, actually, but they have to go and play in the cold in Cincinnati. Apparently, that game is on Peacock this weekend, which means nobody will watch it anyway. So I guess nobody will know if they win or lose. Although I guess what makes that game rather interesting, and I'm very eager to hear opinions on this, is that I actually think that Kansas City is like 1 foot out the door. They have not played well this season. I would not expect much. So it is very sort of weird. You have this very vulnerable Dolphins team that's going on the road that hasn't played well on the road all season, going into Kansas City, who like maybe they figure it out for like the playoffs, but like as somebody who had Travis Kelce on his fantasy team all season, I don't trust them at all. TJ will be out, unfortunately, for this, but we're probably going to have to get Minka Fitzpatrick back. So, yeah, TJ Watt with, I believe it was an MCL sprain, if I have that correct. Yeah, not really expected to play there. I forget who the matchup is for Pittsburgh, though. Um, there's like some really intriguing ones there where you have like Goff and Stafford, right, playing the Lions and the Rams playing, which is essentially like they've flip flop teams, uh, which is rather interesting. And then obviously the Green Bay Dallas one. I think I would, I think I'm on Chris's team for the weekend. I would laugh hysterically if Green Bay was able to win it, and I know they might. I mean, Jordan Love's been playing very well. As we are back, and that's an excellent steal, actually, right off the rip by Jeremy Roach. That was going to be 2 points easy there. For who was that? For Federico, man, he had 2 points guaranteed, and instead he brought the ball down. Carrington for 3, in and out. Federico with the defensive board, and the 2 is Hinson, and he hits that one. There's Hinson. Oh, I think it's Houston. All right, that should be a good one, actually. I have to say, I like much more that Houston is in rather than the Colts, because I'd like to see CJ Stroud win in the playoffs, or just play in the playoffs. So I think it's a much higher entertainment value there that Houston did end up winning that game. All right, so Proctor to Ryan Young, and then back to McCain, over to Roche. I thought, if that was Filipowski and not Young, he probably would have just gone for it, but it's a great shot there by Tyrese Proctor, who has kind of played sparingly these last couple games. I feel like he's still kind of like, trying to really get back into the feel of this thing, but there's a 3 from him that goes down. It was a beautiful shot. So we seem to be connecting from 3 pretty well here. That's low. Duke very content to just play its straight half-court defense here. Federico giving this to Lowe. Lowe over to Carrington. Carrington in the corner. That shot does not look good, and Federico comes down with the board. And Austin gets blocked, actually, from behind. That was a collection of McCain and Young, and McCain hoists from 3, and Jared has got 5. It's 15-7. All right, Shirley and the kid with a Shirley flip gets over 15.5 points. That's an interesting one. I mean, he's averaging... What does he average? Hold on. I had this somewhere. I think he averages like 17 or something. 17, 18 points per game. But he hasn't actually been scoring as much lately, so I wonder if that's why that line has come down. Also, that should have been out of bounds. I don't know why the ref was... Federico scores there. 13-20. Sorry, that was Zach Austin. We will go back. I swear I saw Federico step on the baseline. But we will check the replay. Young, just go to the rim, man. Up, up, up. Thank you. Thank you. That's what Ryan Young needs to be doing. Asserting himself down low in the paint. Hey, he's got 2 points. So far, got good contributions from the bench here between Proctor and Ryan Young. We got 5 points off the bench here in this little change at the under 16 timeout. Surprisingly, this is a game where we actually seem to have some sort of offensive pace right off the rip. I'm going to call a foul on McCain. That's our Pitt, actually. That's 3 fouls to 0, and the foul situation is definitely not in our favor. Wake Forest getting hot all of a sudden. NC State, even though I don't want them to get hot. All Tobacco Road. Didn't Wake just lose to Florida State? Wasn't that a game that was like playing before? Or did I have that score backwards? I might have that score backwards. But I know they were playing. That's an air ball. That's an air ball from Hinson, actually. Yeah, Wake just lost. Okay, yeah, I was like pretty sure they were down to Florida State. Filipowski back in the game here, now working on Diaz Graham, and he's going to go up and in. Yes, Filipowski, that's 6 for him. So, Ant, you are on track here. You are on track. He's 3 of 4. He's looking good tonight so far. This would be a good game for him to get go for 20 here. Now, Diaz Graham, no thank you on that 3. Not your shot, but we will gladly take it. So, yeah, so this is the stat that's being shown is they're 10th in the ACC in threes at 34%. But what's interesting about this is that Hinson is actually one of the best 3-point shooters. He's number 1 in made 3-pointers with 51 of those, actually. And so, yeah, 11th in the nation with 3.4 3-point makes per game. So, like, the entire rest of the team is actually not that good at shooting the three. It really is just Blake Hinson here. So, if the NFL is rigged, could you imagine McCarthy losing the Dallas game on purpose? So I'm not sure like they rig it that obviously. Although if for those of you that watched the Lions Cowboys game, that seems really fishy. I got a feeling Dallas is going to win it and then lose the next round. I'm sure hope I'm wrong because I can't start. I would love to, by the way, see a I would love to see a replay, by the way, of the Dallas Lions game, because I think the Lions would just come out with like it might just be a Dallas massacre, honestly. All right, so this is what I was trying to like communicate earlier, and this is where I think that Federico actually steps out of bounds on this one. So let's take a look. Okay, so he gets it down here. Okay, take a look at the right foot. Left foot. No, okay, all right, he's good. There, maybe. Wow, that's really close. Oof, that's really close. All right. It was close, but it was not out of bounds. Okay, that's why we go to the replay. I was wrong, but that's okay. We get it right eventually. Okay. Let's pull up our stats here, because I have a feeling it's like... I have a feeling it's pretty good. Live stats. There we go. Yes, so I'm really liking where the NFL playoffs are headed here. Oh, so the points on Michigan. So I'm glad Michigan won. It is much better to see Michigan win than, like, say, Ohio State, for example. It's very disappointing for Washington, obviously. I thought they made some fantastic adjustments in the middle of the game, because after those first two possessions, it really looked like you had like those 2 rushing touchdowns from Michigan, and it was like, this could get out of hand like real fast. And then you went into the halftime, it was like basically like 20-13, and it kind of stayed that way throughout the third quarter. And then Michigan just made a couple plays like that really kind of broke the game open. So it was good all in all. It was good. I think Dallas is going to win. The whole point is to see what Jordan is going to be like and have your answer. I'm so happy. Jordan Love is a baller, and I'm excited. I actually saw a stat that was super interesting, that was comparing Jordan Love to Aaron Rodgers. Like this year's Jordan Love to the last season that Aaron Rodgers played for Green Bay, and the stats were almost identical, which I thought was fascinating. Actually, I definitely will give Love a lot of consideration for fantasy next year. And actually, to be fair, I think you should give Aaron Rodgers consideration for your fantasy team too, because he's going to come back. He's going to come back from that Achilles injury next season and be like basically totally dominant. I feel like he's got something to prove. So that might be a very interesting kind of sleeper pick. All right, so we're back at it. 11:20 to go in the first. Duke by 10. Looking pretty good. We got Jalen Blakes in the game at the moment. That's a foul by Blakes. Nicholas, you have a ton of chewing gum. Where did all the chewing gum come from? Is the question. Oh, don't chew it all at once, I suppose. Well, I had 20 packs and now I have 6 packs of gum. Goodness gracious. Diaz Graham calling for a pick. This is Jorge, actually. This is a deep 3. No way, man. Rebound to Duke. Proctor now running the show here for Duke as Roach has actually gone to the bench, interestingly enough. Gonna get some minutes for the captain, and we're gonna get a cheap foul on Pitt, and that's gonna be on Hinson. I'm pretty sure that'll be the first one on Pittsburgh. Somehow we have 5 fouls. I missed one. Well, the cum came from Sam's Club. Nice. Oh, nice. Blake's to inbound here. Actually trying to get it to Ryan Young. We have both Ryan Young and Filipowski in the game right now, and Young's going to kick it outside to Blake's, and Blake's for 3. Wow, that was a terrible shot. I mean, that missed everything. Good defense by Filipowski. Way to not get drawn into giving a foul there. Oh, there's a steal by Blake's. Is he going to dunk this? Blake's in transition. Oh, he missed the dunk! Oh my God. Oh. He can't get up! Oh, Blake's is bleeding. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so one of my buddies sent me an article in The Atlantic about how dunking is actually very painful. And I haven't been able to read it yet because it's paid well. I'm having to figure out how to do that. But, you know, part of me is not surprised, actually, that it's like, that it hurts. I would love nothing more than NC State to beat North Carolina tomorrow, by the way. If that's the game tomorrow. Yeah, Ant is like, Blake's always does this. It's just like, oh my God, Jalen Blake's in transition. Is he going to dunk it? Is he even going to score? Is it going to be a turnover? Is there a trailer that can clean up the mess? Oh my God. Carrington there got the foul. Nick, you go through 3 packs of gum a day. There are worse things to go through. I mean, whew. At least you're not saying you smoke 3 packs a day. That would be bad. But the gum is probably an innocuous habit. Yes, smokes the layup. I mean, but so the interesting quirk on this is that because he is injured, you get to select who you want to put at the free throw line, right? And we're just like, well, we'll just sub in Jeremy Roach and put our best free throw shooter on the line, so it's like a guaranteed 2 points. So this actually worked out very well for us. And that's going to be 21-9, as Jeremy Roach is perfect on the free throws. That has actually worked out much better for us, I think, that Roach is able to take the free throws. Pitt looking a little discombobulated here at the start. Really hasn't, the 3-ball hasn't really been falling for them. They got 1 from Hinson, and Duke playing really good defense here on the road. Actually rebounding really well, too. Very few second chance opportunities, and there's the announcer's jinx as Diaz Graham pulls down an offensive board. And I thought when I drink as much Mountain Dew as I do, I'm bad. Okay, you should not be drinking that much Mountain Dew, man. Lay off! 9:39 here, 21-9, as Pitt is gone absolutely stone cold from the floor. Missed the last 4 field goals, but hasn't even made a bucket in the last 4 minutes. And the arena has gone deathly quiet. That's travel. That's a travel. Good defense by Filipowski. I mean, this Flip looks different tonight, I have to say. He looks He looks energized. He looks ready to play. He's playing very well on defense. He actually played very well on defense against Notre Dame, even though he didn't really score that much. His offensive production wasn't really high, but I feel like it felt like defensively he was actually pretty good. That's kind of like one of those like things that kind of stuck in my brain from that game. And he's going to get double teamed down low. He's going to have to pass out of this here, and he does is over to Mitchell. Mitchell gets his own board, and he's in and amongst 3 Panthers, and they're going to call Hinson there for another foul. That's Hinson's second. What happened with Blake's? Blake's had to go back to the locker room because of the blood on his right hand. So yeah, he tried to go up for the dunk, didn't get it, cut himself on the rim, and they couldn't fix it out on the bench. So they had to go back to the locker room probably to tape that one up, as Mitchell has gone to the free throw line, and he actually misses the first. He's been pretty good from the free throw line in these last couple games, and let me quantify. Pretty good, actually. He's been, well, he had his first career double-double. If you can believe that, Mitchell didn't have a single double-double last year. I thought that was a crazy stat. He was 23 and 14 in the game against Notre Dame. Both career bests, by the way, but that actually was his first double-double. I was so surprised when I read that. And Mitchell is in the score sheet there. He's got his first from the free throw line. So the lead continues to extend, and Pitt almost lost it there on the good defense by Flip. And finally, they get one to drop. That is Ishmael Leggett, number 5. So there we go. Pitt finally breaks the scoring drought. Oof. McCain thought about 3, now to Flip, now back to McCain. Still trying to feed the post, not quite. Foster going baseline. Foster gets it outside to Filipowski. Filipowski for 3 here. That's good! And that's going to contribute nicely to Ant's prop bet for the night. 9 points for Flip here as you're well on your way. 25-14. I feel like Flip in the last 2 games has kind of found his 3-point shot, too. Hit one against Notre Dame. And good defense there as the lob is deflected. Actually, that was going to be an alley-oop for Diaz-Graham. Flip blocks it from behind. Oh, he should just go one-on-one. No, okay, Roach is going to go around the little Euro step there and the lane. Should be a timeout here, actually, for Capel. Yeah, exactly. Timeout, Jeff. Woo! There we go. We're in good shape, boys and girls. This is looking good. This is very refreshing that we have come out on the road ready to play for a night ACC game. I mean, this is good. I grant it's like, it's Pitt, but still, right? Any ACC road game, you never know. There was a very bizarre, it's a really quirky stat. Let me find it here. About so Duke is ranked number 11 right now, and there was a yeah. So Pitt apparently Pitt has won 3 of the last 4 meetings against the number 11th ranked team, which is rather funny. And Jeff Capel is 2-1 against number 11 teams, but it is definitely not headed in their direction for the time being. Yeah, looking good. And actually, so gonna get back to one of the what we were talking about earlier. So, okay, the Steelers played the Bills, and now I have this right. That's gonna be a very tough matchup for Pittsburgh. I think it's one of those things that shocks me that like without a real, let's be real, like Pittsburgh doesn't really have a real quarterback. Like it shocks me that team was able to pick up 10 wins. I mean, more credit to them and Mike Tomlin, but like, wow. I think it's probably the Bills will advance there unless there's like a real shocker. The super interesting one to me is this Eagles-Buccaneers game. Mayfield has been actually playing pretty well, and I think the Eagles are just a complete disaster. Jalen Hurts single-handedly sunk my fantasy championship game, so I am very bitter about the Philadelphia Eagles. and I wish them nothing but pain and suffering in their playoff game. And I hope they get absolutely housed by the Buccaneers and just get put out of their misery, because the second half of the season has been abysmal for them. So, yeah. You know what I was thinking? What if Green Bay beat Dallas? I mean, look, man, it can happen. It's the playoffs. It's one game. Anything can happen. The crazy thing about this Dallas one, it's like they have a really great regular season record at home. I think they're either undefeated or they only lost once, and then they can't play on the road. So, like, obviously they have the home field advantage for at least this first game. But, like, it's the playoffs, and it would not surprise me that you have a very close game, like, you know, within a field goal, essentially, and, like, Prescott chokes it or something. Yeah. Hopefully he hits it. So, Ant, if he hits it before half, do you double up for the second half, or what do you do? Nick heard something that sounded like an explosion outside. Nick, make sure you're safe, buddy. Jeez, it's like a transformer blowing up or something. All right, so we're picking this thing back up after the impromptu timeout by Pittsburgh, as Duke has now managed to extend the lead to 16 points. And they're going to put up the three from Hinson, and he will hit it. He's got 2 threes so far tonight and 6 points. So Hinson connects there, coming out of the timeout. And yeah, Pitt switching up its defense here. They're going one. No, now they're going. Yeah, they're going to 2-3 zone here, or 3-2. It's a bit of an amoeba on that third one. It's Foster with a rainbow, gets the 3 right back. Duke with 30 points. Ooh, that little Federico scores there over this. The pass over the top was too much for our guys to handle. So one of the ways to beat the zone is to shoot right over it! And that is exactly what Caleb Foster decides to do. Man, Caleb Foster sees the zone and his eyes have lit up. He's got 2 3-pointers back to back. And that's 6 points, and that might be a steal. Oh, not quite, really close. There's the screen by Federico, and then this is low for now. That's not going to work. That's the rebound by Flip. Then we go to Mitchell, over to Filipowski. Filipowski for 3. Oh! And we're hitting, baby. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's double figures for Filipowski, the first player on Duke and the first player across either team. Wow. 12 points for him. And then we're going to get a rebound. We're going to get a steal. No. No, we're not. Now you're going to hit it out of bounds. Nick, you're saying you're hearing explosions. I'm hearing weird noises outside of my window from the gym. I truly believe Roach has earned the right to be considered one of the most important guards in Duke history. Very interesting one there, Keon. I mean, if he makes another Final Four, like, yeah, like that's out of bounds on Pittsburgh. That was completely on the line. If Roach makes another Final Four, then yeah, especially within like modern Duke history, because just think about how many of our guards have stayed for 4 years in like the modern Duke era, right? Like you think about like obviously the ones like you think about the Tyus Jones and the Trey Jones, but they never stayed for 4 years, right? Oh my goodness, Hinson, that was one hell of a 3. That was crazy. But like the last really good Duke guard to stay for 4 years was who? Grayson Allen? Right? Like, and everybody remembers Grayson Allen. Filipowski, nice kick out there, and that's going to be to McCain. McCain from the Pitt bench. drops that one too. Wow, the 3-point shot is just so. This I had circled this stat actually right like before the game. I said the question I posed to myself was who wins the three ball tonight, because Pitt 10 or more threes in a game 8 times, and they're averaging 9.6 3-point field goals per game. So like Pitt will jack up the threes, and you see Hinson has hit 3 of them already tonight with 9 points. Yeah, I mean, actually, both him and Kayla Foster just jack up these rainbows, man. That quite nice, but they go down, so I'm here for it. Here for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. 4:17 here to go as we have another foul here. Actually, Kayla Foster has 2. So low, and yeah, he gets the first. Duke's about to take a 20-point lead into the locker room on the road at half. Boy. And he hits them both. I really like these quarter zips that they're wearing, by the way. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of these. Of these gray Nike quarter zips, I like it. They look very good. They look very good. Great fashion choice by the coaching staff this evening. Also, yes, Duke in the black funeral unis. There is Mark Mitchell back in the game now. It's actually been relatively quiet tonight. Only a single point from the free throw line tonight. A lot of the damage has been done from beyond the arc. 8 seconds here for Ryan Young getting outside of Foster. Foster trying to drive here, and actually too much dribbling, and it results in a turnover. Zach Austin trying to go and work on Tyrese Proctor, can't, and gets pushed, actually. Wow, that's a bailout. That's a bailout foul there that Ryan Young gets saved because he was falling out of bounds, and that's going to be the under 4 timeout. Nicholas with his Duke Blue Devil socks. I got my Duke shirt on, my Duke National Championship shirt on. You got to have all your superstitions. All the superstitions have to pan out here. So, but yeah, let's take a quick look here at the stats, because we've been playing a pretty good game. All right, so one thing is I seem to be missing a Duke foul, so I don't know who has it. Split box, please. All right, let's take a look. So yeah, it's Foster's got 2 personals. Proctor's got 1. That's probably the one I was missing. So there's the 7, and then the 4. Right. Okay, so we're good. Very good. There we go. Split box. Okay, no. I want the team stats. Yeah, okay, here it is. Right, so Duke shooting 58% from the field, 14 of 24, and the impressive part about that is 9 assists on those 14 field goals. And then let's look at the turnovers. We only have 4, actually, which is right on our average, right? We've been averaging about 9.5 per game, which is one of the best in the country, actually. And so, yeah, we only have 4 here in this first half, so we're right there. The rebounding actually in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll talk about the rebounding for a second at the halftime. There's some interesting numbers to look at in that one in particular. But the Duke has 14 makes at the moment. 8 out of the 14 makes are 3-pointers. Craziness. It's almost like it's been a while since I've seen it shoot this well from 3. Like, well, let me think about that. That's not quite true. Because we did have that 8 for 8 half. We did have that 8 for 8 half against, what was it, Queens, Syracuse, one of them. Probably, I think it was Queens, where we just couldn't hit a thing in the first and then just couldn't miss in the second. I probably have like almost 2,000 to 3,000 worth of Duke stuff. I probably, yeah, there's like somewhere. I don't know if I have that much, but it might be. I mean, if you count how much has been spent on Duke tickets over the years, then yeah, maybe, right? Duke has, we've hit 6 of our last 6 shots. So, perfect from the field for the last little bit here. And actually, the interesting score line here at halftime to keep an eye on is not ours, but rather Purdue's. Top team in the country, down 11 on the road. I mean, it just goes to show you, right? Any given night playing in conference, going on the road, you never know. Just why you're like, yeah, it's Pitt, but like, yeah, who knows? We just seem to have Coach Capel's number for whatever reason. One day Capel will beat us, but it is not today. And this is just like, the last 2 assistant coaches there. Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell's going to turn this over. Yeah. Harrington trying to set up the offense here for Pitt. 5 turnovers apiece. We have a foul on Mitchell. All right, that's his second. Gives us 8, and Pittsburgh is in the bonus here for a 1-1. That's unfortunate. Although he misses, so the net effect is essentially a Pittsburgh turnover. As Filipowski comes back in, here's an opportunity here to get your 16 points in the first, going up. Oh, and he puts it in with the left hand there. Pretty little floater. And he's got 14. One more bucket is going to put him over the line. Harrington for 3. Ooh, looked decent, actually, but a strong rebound there by Flip. Proctor over to Flip. Over to Roche, over to Filipowski. Great little look, assists! Yes, to Ryan Young, the interior passing. I mean, this offense is humming right now. There's like nothing bad I could say about this offense in this half. We've been hitting shots, we've been getting open looks, we've been assisting, the defense has been great. There's another block by Filipowski, the 3 there by Austin, no good. A team rebound to come up with the defensive board between Roach and Young. I mean, you love to see the effort is there. I would want to make sure that we don't like lay an egg in the second half, but like, damn, this has been, we got a minute 40 right now. Mercy rule at this point. McCain, catch and shoot. No, too strong. Very quick release, though. And Pittsburgh's going to turn it over as Proctor picks it up. Is he going to give it to McCain? No, he's just going to step into a 3. Oh, not quite. McCain! Yes, right there with the putback. Woo! McCain just being a little opportunistic. Like, when it's going your way, it's going your way. He's got 10 points tonight. Second Blue Devil in double figures. And another steal, maybe? Ryan Young on the floor. Proctor picking it up. Now Roach on the floor. Now bodies everywhere. It's a disaster. It's just a mess. It's a massive humanity. And we got a jump ball here that'll keep it with Pitt. Oh, the carnage. Look, we're winning by 24, and we got 3 dudes on the floor trying to, like, pick up a loose ball. We're locked in tonight. There's just no other way to put it. We are locked in. For whatever reason, Shire got these boys like just playing good. Carrington here, going to take the step back, the crossover. That's no good either. The putback by Zach Austin. He's got 6 there on the offensive board. Could go for a really quick 2-for-1 if they wanted it, but we're going to let that slide. It looks like as we've got 35 seconds left in the half, 20 on the shot clock here. Looking very contentious. Run this thing down to about now 10 seconds, and Roche going to probe left, going to probe right. Looking for the pick and roll there by Ryan Young. Not there. As Filipowski's going to hoist from 3. Oh, it's just too good. Woo, baby. It is too good. That is 17 points for Kyle Filipowski in the first half, and Ant the Kid can go to bed sleeping happy, as that is going to do it for the first half. 48-23. Duke by 25. Okay, I'll admit, I did not see this. I did not see this coming. Cash me out. Double or nothing. Double or nothing in the second half. Nice job, buddy. Well played. Goodness, 60% field goal shooting percentage. This has been crazy. So good. Oh, you gotta go to work. All right. Well, there you go. You just walk into work being like, yeah, I got it. All right. Oh, I didn't notice that this score line here from earlier. There's Iowa State, Houston. 53 all. Interesting. Turnaround jump shot fadeaway. Okay, so number 2, Houston lost to Iowa State. Interesting. Number 1, Purdue currently losing to Nebraska on the road. So number 1 and number 2 going to lose both on the road here. That's an interesting development. We'll see how that goes throughout the night. Let's break this down here. That was just a tremendous first half. I mean, there's just so many nice things to say about our team here. So let's walk through this. Let's everybody walk through this. I mean, we're shooting 60% from the field. Fantastic. We are 18 of 30. Yeah. And Pitt has 8 baskets. Good stuff. Oh, also, they're doing highlights of the Nebraska there. Purdue, actually. Ooh, Nebraska, a little free-flowing three-pointer there. Ooh, who's that? Ooh, wow. Wow, so Nebraska actually pulled away late. Yo, they are jacking three-point shots. Goodness, 41-30. So they were tied. They were tied with 2.5 minutes to go in the half, and then Nebraska pulled a 11-point lead at halftime. Goodness gracious. Wow. All right, let's get back to our game here. The free throw line hasn't really been a story for either team, although we're shooting 3 or 4. Yeah, 5 turnovers to 6. Right on our average. We've been taking decent care of the ball. Look at the assists, though. 11 assists on 18 field goals. That ratio has actually come down a bit from when we looked at it earlier, where we were much closer there, the number of assists to made field goals. But yeah, so total rebounding here, I think, is really where the game is turning in our favor significantly. So we are +9 in the rebounding category right now, 21 to 19, and that's especially on the defensive end. We are even 6 offensive boards per team, but defensively we are shutting down any second chance opportunities that Pittsburgh might have. And so this was the rebounding stat that I had earlier here. Where was it? Yeah. So So Pitt actually leads the ACC in rebounding, believe it or not. And with the stats that you have here tonight, you would say, I don't believe that at all. But it's true. So, yeah. Any case. So, they average around 41 rebounds per game with a plus 7.4 margin and a 77% defensive rebounding percentage. They also offensively rebound about 1/3 of their misses. Okay, so they're shooting 8 for 28. So they've got 20 misses. They offer offensively rebound 6 of those. So they're actually right at their average. But to be beating the ACC's leading rebounding team going +9, basically flipping the script on them, I think is pretty definitive. I mean, this team seems to be finding its stride right now. And one of the other interesting things coming into this that I had highlighted here in my notes was that I said, well, I sort of asked myself the question whether this could possibly be a defensive struggle. And I'll tell you what in a second. Oh, goodness. Okay. It's getting a little toasty in this room. All right. So, turns out that Pitt is one of the top defensive teams in the ACC as well. They are number 3. And so now the picture is sort of becoming clear. Notre Dame, if you recall, was number 2. I think I have that right. Yes, it is second in the ACC. So that other begs the question is, who is first in the ACC in what do we call it? Scoring defense. And I'm pretty sure it's Duke. Defense. Oh, it's actually Virginia. Oh, okay, it's Virginia. Where's Notre Dame all the way over here? That's not right. This must account for non-ACC games, actually, which is scoring team stats. Okay, well, we are going to defer that one. I was pretty sure that like we're somewhere in there, but anyway, we've taken the second and the third best defenses. All right, we've taken the second and third best defenses in the ACC and just put a hat on them. We've just like played it incredibly well, right? Like Notre Dame, we beat them 67-59. Obviously, this is going to be much higher than 67 tonight. But the offense has just been on fire. So I thought coming into this, it was going to be a very similar game to Notre Dame, where I'm pretty sure like at some point in the Notre Dame game, I was like, okay, first to 65 wins. And then that's essentially what happened, 67. I thought that today was going to be something similar, but for whatever reason, we just seem to have James Capel's number, or he just like, maybe there's like some unsigned agreement where it's like, okay, you can just like, here, it was like in Capel's contract with Pittsburgh when they released him from Duke. It's like, you will make sure that you give us wins in the regular season. And that's kind of where we're at. Points in the paint for Duke, 18. I mean, let's look at our guys here. McCain, again, shooting very well. He's been hot. He's, again, reached the 20-point mark in 3 of the last 6 games. He's got 10 points tonight. He's right on track to do it again. I would love to see Jared McCain go for another 20-pointer tonight. And then Filipowski with the 17 on a very, very efficient, by the way, 7 of 8. And he hasn't missed a 3. He is 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. That's just nuts for Flip tonight. And with the 6 rebounds. So he's probably going, at this rate, he's probably going for the double-double. Yeah. Would be surprised if he didn't. And, I mean, it's a nice bounce back, especially after the last 2 games, right? If we just flash the scores from the last 2 games. Here's the box score from Notre Dame. He only had 7 against Syracuse. He had 12. I mean, by Filipowski standards, those are pedestrian. Even scoring 12 points is like a very pedestrian game, right? Queens, yeah, whatever. He had 19 points. It's Queens, but like against Baylor, he had 13. Again, not quite up there. And then at Hofstra, he had 28. But then the Georgia Tech game, he had 12 again. So like against the quality competition, right? He hasn't really been scoring as much. Yes, Puppy Cam will come into play in the second half. He just woke up from a nap, so I'll wait till he jumps on the bed behind me, and then we'll do Puppy Cam. He is yeah, he's awake. He's awake. Hi, buddy. He just got groomed the other day too. He got groomed on Sunday. He's looking very, very nice. Roach with 4 assists and 0 turnovers, by the way. I think I saw the stat, if I can recall this correctly, over the last several games, he's got 30 assists and 7 turnovers. Anyways, it's a ridiculous, it's a pretty good ratio. Actually, the majority of the turnovers, Filipowski with the 2 turnovers, Foster Mitchell with 1, McCain with another 1. Actually, the guards don't have turnovers at all. So the guards between Roach and Proctor, 6 assists and 0 turnovers. They are taking care of business. And all in all, man, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. This has been fantastic. Now, what I would like to see here, we got 40. We almost put up a half century mark here in the first half. You know, if we are able to continue this, I would like to see us come out and have a repeat of the first half here in the second, even though it would be like a total exhibition at this point. We have yet, I think, this season to put together a true 40-minute game end to end. We have played really good, 20 minutes of games in 10-minute segments. Even the games that we've, the tough games that we've won, like the Baylor game, for example, we played a great first 10 minutes and we played a great second 10 minutes. The middle 20 minutes, great first 10 minutes and great last 10 minutes. The middle 20 was kind of stuff happened. The game was close. And then we finally asserted ourselves at the end and made winning plays. I would really like to see us just string it all together. Just leave this no doubt here. Win by 50 or something crazy. Why not at this point? So, let's see how we come out here in the second half. But I'm expecting more of the same. I don't see any reason not to. The only thing that might hold the scoring down a little bit, honestly, is if we're actually able to bring in some of the guys deeper off the bench. Might be nice to see TJ Power get in, to see Sean Stewart play. So let's see if we can get some more minutes from those guys. Actually, let's stand it up here for the second half. So we're going late into the night. By the way, I really appreciate everybody hanging around here tonight. Thank you everybody for coming in on this Tuesday. If you're new to the stream, welcome. We do this for every game, and we just managed to have fun. It's a great community here of Blue Devil fans. Chatting about the game, trading their opinions, whether it's basketball or football or what have you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to come back and join us throughout the season. As far as Duke goes, we go. So there you go. Next game is going to be on Saturday. I'm not exactly sure. Let's take a look what time that is. We have a late game on Saturday. We have an early game on Saturday. Let's clear the fouls, set the second. Duke will start with the ball. It's a 5 p.m. game. That's weird. It's like not on evens. That's just so random. It's like usually it's noon, 2, 4, 6, 8. No, 5. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for coming around, man. You're one of the regulars. Really appreciate it. All right, let's go. Here we go. Oh, he's down again. He was up there for a sec. Where is he? Oh, he's running. All right, boys, let's do it. We've been locked in all night. We're gonna let the dog out. All right, we're gonna let the dog out. Who wants to play this friend? Playing Madden and getting frustrated with your interceptions. That's too funny, man. All right, resuming play here. And woo, almost a little loose with the ball there. We get Filipowski down low. Nice swing pass outside to Foster, and Foster's going to put up a 3. That's just short. We almost had another one there to open up the scoring here in the second. I like the look, though. I love the pass from Flip. Almost another assist from him. Everything about that play was great, except the final did it go down. The answer, unfortunately, was no. So Diaz-Graham now, almost an interception here. Here's Zach Austin for 3, and Austin will hit. And that is attempting to chip into the Duke lead here. 48-26. That's the first Pitt Panther who is not Blake Hinson to hit a 3, if my memory serves me correctly. Diaz-Graham, actually deflection off of Flip's foot. Gotta be a little stronger with that pass. Gotta be a little stronger with that pass, Foster. I just left it out there for Flip, and Diaz-Graham was able to pick his pocket. You think of discipline when we played the Bears? Yo, Green Bay owns the Bears, man. And there's no way around it. One day that curse will break, but it was not going to be this weekend. Hinson for 3. That, he finally misses that one. And McCain comes down with the board. Ooh, Mitchell almost had a run at the basket. May still have one. Diaz-Graham no, outside to Roach. Roach calling for the high screen by Flip, but now they're going to change things around. He actually calls Mitchell out. And Flip thought about the 3. He's been good on that all night. Hinson on him. And Filipowski cannot... Yo, Filipowski is locked in tonight. I don't know what Shire promised him after the game, but yo, he is locked in. 19 points. And this is Carrington for 3. That's no good. Diaz-Graham attempts the rebound here. The tip out to Duke. Actually, the scrum. And Mitchell comes out of the pile. And Mitchell with the slam. Nice. Great hustle. Great hustle. Again, we are doubling up Pitt right now. 52-26. And these guys are playing like the game is tied. You love to see it. Now, it may end up at the end of the season that Pitt's like at the bottom of the league. But numerically right now, it's on paper, They're much better than their record. It's kind of weird. Like on paper, defensively, they should be way better than this like 1-3. And like even like losing to like teams like Syracuse and I guess Clemson's pretty good, but like they probably shouldn't have lost that game to Syracuse. I mean, like middle of the pack, they'd be 2-2 at least. Let's swing past to Foster. Foster a little leaner there, and Foster's got that, and everything's dropping for us tonight. McCain on Hinson at the moment. Hinson has to give it up to Diaz Graham, being guarded by Mitchell, and now this is to Carrington. Carrington trying to get it back to Hinson, and he does. Hinson calling out for it. No, Diaz Graham underneath the basket. Jeremy Roach gets called for a little too much movement down low, actually. So Roach with 2. I think Mitchell's going to be our biggest key beating UNC. I mean, yeah, Mitchell's been a great surprise of late, actually. Like, these last 2 games when Mitchell's erupted for 20 plus points, fantastic. We had been looking for that consistent Duke third scorer, and I don't. Oh my God, they're going to call Foster for that one. It's his third. I don't know if it even has to be like that completely. Like, he doesn't need to score 20 points consistently. He needs to score like 12. But like between like we see Mitchell like really taking that next step. We see McCain really building that confidence offensively. You know, Proctor coming back from injury. I don't think we've seen. I don't think we've seen really like him at at 100% or him have a fantastic scoring night. Proctor just actually seems to have be rather quiet offensively. It's rather interesting. And we have a timeout here at the under 16 as Jeremy Roach has been called for a foul. This is third. Is that right? They call. Oh, he's only got okay 2. Okay, Philip Houskey had 1 that I hadn't charged him. All right. Hey, bud. Well, there you go. Here's your pup cam. He's looking right at it. Say hi, bud. No, it's mirrored there. What's up, bud? What's up? This is your TV timeout pup cam of the evening. He is he had quite the afternoon at the dog park as he usually does. Very friendly. Very running around with all the other dogs, enjoying himself. There you go. So actually 6-5 here in the second as both Duke and Pitt have been going back and forth a little bit. Puppy Cam over TTV timeout ads. Russman chiming in here. Welcome to the chat, bud. Is we can I suppose continue with the stabilize. There he is. There he is. He's falling asleep at the moment. Actually, Ash. There it is. Good boy. Wave. Wave. By the way, you can also watch Duke football games. Really? Huh. Oh, they are replays, you mean, not live, but yeah, replays. Yeah, that Clemson one, that gave us a lot of hope, although it didn't quite work out that way. Ooh, Purdue and Nebraska, 6-point game. There you go. We'll keep tabs on that score too. All right, we're back. Remember, number 2 has already gone down tonight on the road. Number 11 is taking care of business. As Duke is just powering on. Here's Hinson for 3. Ooh, I thought that was going to go down. Great box out by Roach. And picks up the, picks up the rebound here. There's the screen by Flip, and Roach is going to take it to the rack himself. Jeremy Roach with 9 points tonight. For how badly we're outscoring Pitt, I must say Pitt has not fouled. Maybe they should have fouled us a little bit more and tried to make us take free throws. Although I'm not sure it would have worked, but like, it would have made the game longer. Not that we want that. Here's Austin from the corner, and that's no good. Weak side board to Proctor. Oh, that's a steal. That's a silly pass there. And that's a theft, actually, by McCain going the other way. That's a foul. That's a foul on Diaz Graham. Foul. Okay, it's on Leggett. All right, fine. Either way, it was a foul on Georgia Tech. Way to hustle in transition, though, by McCain off of the silly play there by Proctor, who gets his pocket picked. McCain saves him. Bails out his teammate. Is Philip Haskell going to go 4 for 4 from 3? Yes, he is. 22 points for Kyle Filipowski. Has not missed from 3. And he's got a rebound there off a bad miss from the Panther layup there. That was Leggett with the layup. With basically nobody guarding him, and that's a boneheaded play by Filipowski, who just gives it up. Was on the wrong page there. Here's Austin again from 3 from the corner. Nothing going, and that's going to be a silly foul. That's an easy call there by Leggett. That's his second as Proctor hits the deck. They tag teamed that steal. I mean, they had to recover, like. They bailed themselves out is what they did. Roach with a little mid-range jump shot coming off the curl there. Doesn't go. A little too strong. Oh, what a block by Ryan Young, actually, on Lowe. Lowe hasn't... Oh, no, he has scored. He's got 4. Proctor there with the left. Can't get it to go. Good rebound there by Ryan Young. And now it's going to be Roach with the left. No, hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell goes up for... Federico is going to get called for the foul, and Mitchell will go to the free throw line for 2. Can't believe Pitt hasn't scored more than 30 points yet. They might not get to 40 at this rate. They're certainly not getting to 50. Oh, Mark, not the first one. Ryan Young with a 3. What? No. All right, he's got 1 and 2. So Mark Mitchell with 4 as Duke has hit 60. 60 to 28. Pittsburgh has missed 8 of their last 9. Wow. Lowe trying to go baseline, cut off there by Foster, and here's Hinson for 3. There's no way on that shot. That is way short. That was such an awkward looking shot the second it left his hand. What's the lowest point an opponent has scored against Duke this season? Oh my goodness, Ryan Young with and 1. I was not quite paying attention there, but great hustle play. Dartmouth had 54. Charlotte had 56. Dartmouth still winning. Yeah, Dartmouth 54. Notre Dame at 59, not far off, honestly. 54 is it. And it was Dartmouth, the first game of the season, actually. 92-54 Duke. Oh, no, not ever. We have a larger lead than what's been scored by Pitt. That is a funny way to put it. That is also known as more than double. McCain. Over to Flip. Foster. Filipowski with the swing pass outside McCain. Over to Proctor. Proctor for 3. Not quite. Rebound. Flip. No, actually. I mean, the lowest in like ever is kind of weird, right? Because there was like pre-shot clock doesn't like that makes sense, right? We can try some. We can try to see what happens. Hold on. We'll at the next time out. As that's a no good there. Actually, Pitt continues to miss shots. They scored. So we were saying how Duke and it was 6 points for Duke and 5 points for Pittsburgh at the timeout. Oh, that's a turnover there by Ryan Young. Pitt has not gotten off the 5 points there, and that's Filipowski with a rejection. Let's try it this way. Let's ask the AI. What is the lowest point total scored against... let's do it this way. What is the lowest point total Duke men's basketball has held an opponent to in the shot clock era? Never mind, it completely failed. The AI has no idea. That is an L for the AI, everybody. It's supposed to know these things. I mean, we've been very good on defensive scoring averages like the last couple of years. But I'm not actually sure it's possible to, like, we'd have to, like, really dig for that one. It could be in the Duke notes, though. Let's see. Most wins a time, Duke all time. Let's see. It's like kind of a hard stat to like. This is kind of a hard. Okay, team highs and lows, total points. Why do they? Oh, opponent. Yeah, the 54 by Dartmouth is the lowest one for, and the 80 apparently by Arkansas is the highest. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, we actually got a 3-pointer there by Pittsburgh. They finally hit something. That was Carrington for 3. Those are his first points, actually, of the night. So there you go. Proctor over to Young. And Ryan Young just, yeah, double dribbled. That's too much dribbling for Ryan Young. What's the. Why is the Pitt logo so big? Like, oh, on this one? I don't know. I just like height wise, it's actually the same as the Duke D. It's just not like horizontally. It's just way bigger. Yeah. Offensive foul. As the fouls slightly piling up here in the second half. Proctor, ooh, what a beautiful pass to Young. Now going to Flip. Flip's going to go left here. He's going to swing it outside to Proctor. Thought about the 3. Duke with 11 turnovers. This, yeah, that is higher than our average. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful feed to Jared McCain, who was running baseline. This is, this is vision by Proctor. I mean, I don't know how he threads it in there. It is a 10. We'll go back to the 10-20 mark when we hit the timeout. I mean, that was just something else. Ooh, nice jump shot by Lowe. Flip to McCain. McCain's going to put that. Oh, that's short. And we'll stay on this end here with Duke, actually. Oh, come on, Chris. Let's be nice now. We are whooping them, but yeah. ACC in net 7, top 70, actually. Wow. Yeah, see, Pitt is like technically not that bad of a team, but not tonight. Oh, Flip with a beautiful little take there, 66-33. Pitt almost turns it over again as we got Carrington going right. And this one here is Jeffries. Oh, Jeffress, rather. Jeffress hits 3. In off the bench and only averaging 2.3 points per game, but he hits a 3. So he's got more than his average there, as the lead is now only 30. Only 30. Sad. Blake's, who's back in the game after getting some work on that hand that was bleeding earlier. McCain's 3-pointer no good, but he's right back on defense working on Carrington there. Actually, I love the energy even off a miss. Great for me. Great to see from McCain. Here's Diaz Graham outside to Austin, who's going to take 3 again. Has not hit from that side so far, and Filipowski will be fouled by Jeffress. And that's the 4th one on Pittsburgh. Duke very content to burn some clock here. As I think we'd all be happy with that, as we can get to bed earlier than expected. If Duke just decides to wind the clock on this one. Roach has to do something here. He's just puts it up, and Filipowski gets the offensive board, gets stripped on the way up, actually. 7:50 to go. We said earlier in the game they make about 10 per game. 9.5, but it just wasn't falling for them here in the first half. McCain over to Filipowski, as we have Sean Stewart in the game right now, which is exciting. As we said we might see. Actually, Stewart there with a huge offensive rebound. Yes. And we're going to get a foul on Jeffress. Great energy. So every time Sean Stewart gets in the game, man, he's active. He's doing stuff. He's getting rebounds. He's getting dunks. I mean, I love it. I love it. All right, what was I going to... Oh, yeah, I was going to check the... So second half should be 5. Okay. I gave somebody too many fouls. Carrington does have 2. Jeffers 2. Hinson 2. Leggett's got 1. All right, there we go. And Duke's right. Okay, so Flip has completed the double-double there with 24 points and 10 rebounds. So he's squarely up there. McCain with 12 points and 5 boards, actually. Roach with 9. Foster with 8. And there is yet to be a Panther in double figures so far tonight. Found one game where number 7 Duke beat number 15 Gonzaga 76-41 in 09 and 10. Pretty low. Not sure if lower, though. So that was the championship season, was it not? Right? That was the 2010 championship. And that is one of the lowest, that is one of the teams with the lowest opponent scoring averages. I had just found this, actually. Yeah, they were allowing something like 60 points a game. It was that team was one of the better. That team was one of the best defensive teams in the country. One of the best defensive Duke teams that we have had, and we'll call it like modern Duke history. Modern Duke history being defined as 2008, when went to school as a freshman. So the last 16 years. That is pretty impressive, though. 41 points. I mean, against Gonzaga, that would have been the game of what the. Was that actually? I guess that was during the season. 7 Duke beats 15 Gonzaga. So after this beatdown of Pitt tonight, of course we would love nothing more than to watch North Carolina lose to NC State tomorrow. So we'll be keeping an eye open on that one. Notre Dame and Georgia Tech actually very close. Sean Stewart is going to get a foul on him. No, they charged that to Jeffress. That's the team's 6th foul, actually. Duke has picked up 2. Oh, my goodness. Proctor just turns it over. That's a silly turnover. Diaz-Graham. And we have a foul on Jalen Blakes there. That's his 2nd. Out of topic, I think the crazy weather has moved on. Oh, has moved on. Well, there you go. Nice. Glad everybody's still safe. Hopefully. Diaz-Graham makes his first of 2 free throws. It was a shooting foul. Here's Siren one. Jeez, I've actually tornado is one of the one I've been in a hurricane. Diaz-Graham makes both. I've been in an earthquake. I have never. I don't think I've ever been in a tornado or around one actually. Yeah, that's an easy pass to flip. Look at this cross court, extra pass to Foster. We're just kind of passing it around the horn at the moment. There's Foster, 4 Panthers collapse. Get it, Filipowski. And Filipowski putting up a shot. He cannot miss. 26 points for Filipowski tonight, man. He could end up with 30. He could end up with 30. Yo, Ant could have gone double or nothing, actually. He had 15 and a half. Double or nothing at 31. Good. Oh, decent defense there, but better offense by Zach Austin, who's now got 11. He's the first Panther in double figures. And Duke maintains a 25-point advantage. Roach to flip turnover. He gets hit and he hits the ground. Actually, he looks okay as he gets up. There's Lowe driving baseline. Lowe has to get it away. The Diaz-Graham flip gets in the air. Diaz-Graham puts it on the floor. And Sean Stewart with a block. What a block, man. I'm telling you, man, this Sean Stewart needs... Yeah, I don't know where in the rotation he goes exactly, but like the dude is good. Blake's gonna get called for a foul. That's his 3rd, 5th on the team in the half. I used to joke around and say there's... Oh, yeah. All right, let's finish this thing out strong here. This is Carrington for 2. Whoa, nice shot. See, like, again, I don't think Pitt is actually, like, Pitt has players that can play and that can shoot. I mean, you have one of the top scorers in the country. You have the top 5 scorer in the ACC here in Hinson, right? Like, here's Sean. Ooh, Sean almost gets it to drop down. He wanted that one. I I don't think Pitt is like really that bad. We just came in here, we were ready to dominate, and the game turned into a blowout, man. Like, here's Lowe from the three, Diaz Graham with the weak side offensive board, and Carrington now for three. That doesn't go either, and Pitt is going to have a third attempt at it, as we seem to have forgotten how to rebound. Carrington on the blow by, and Carrington blows by Proctor. And the lead down to 21. Everybody start panicking. Everybody start panicking. It's a 21-point lead with 4 minutes and 25 seconds. And the entire, oh my goodness, it's so sad. Like, the student section has like emptied out. Over there by the, on the side of the basket, to the right of the basket there on TV, that should be a foul on Diaz Graham. And Stewart gets blocked by Austin. That is the shot clock expiring. And the student section is also emptied out there behind the scorer's table. That's too bad. The fair weather fans, everybody is super excited to play Duke, and we just blew them out of the water and everybody left. TJ Power for... Oh my! TJ Power! Goodness! Carrington trying to answer for three, and he does. That's 10 points for Carrington tonight. Wow. Three minutes to go here. We do have a timeout coming at the next whistle. That'll be the final TV timeout. Just keep ticking the time down here. Luckily, I don't think Pittsburgh is going to play the foul game. And here's Power again with the really... Oh, he tried it from the same spot. It was too far. Every time... I mean, yeah, Power's 1 and 2 right now. But, like, every time I see Power... I'm just so impressed by the quickness of the release. Like, it's like... He catches the ball and boom, it's out of his hand. Catch, shoot, and it's just so quick. It's so impressive. It's like, it's so hard to guard that too. So we got 71 to 50 here. Duke is still shooting over 50% for the game. We're probably going to end that way, honestly. Pitt down at 33%. We've hit 11 three-pointers tonight. It's looking like a Duke team of old, of yesteryear, as they would say. 28 makes, 11 of those are three-pointers. The worst... Oh, no, I was almost going to say, I thought our free throw percentage was the worst of the shooting percentages. It's actually not. It was pretty close, but... 57%. The turnovers, if there's one thing we have to criticize tonight, it's the turnovers. Actually, 14 turnovers, about 50% above our average in this particular season. So that part's not great. So wish we could have done better on the turnovers, but the rebounding, we're certainly doing better. We are actually doing even better in the rebounding when you look at the first and second half combined than when we were at halftime, right? We were about +9, I think it was. We are now +13, so we've actually extended our rebounding. We've extended our rebounding lead here in the second, which is equally impressive. 30 points in the paint for Duke is just absolutely dominated. 4 blocks apiece. Pitt actually 13 steals. How does Pitt have 13 steals? Oh yeah, okay. We have 14 turnovers. Yeah, so Pitt has been basically forcing us into those turnovers. So give them credit for that. 18 assists on 28 makes. as soon as we get out of this timeout. We're not going to have much time left, right? 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Quick reminder, thanks everybody for jumping in. We have had some people hit that sub button, I guess, depending on your, over the last couple streams actually, but depending on how your settings are set, they don't always pop up. So appreciate if you did. And if you do, make sure to give us a shout out in chat. We'd love to say hi and give you a shout out back. So we'll be back on Saturday against Georgia Tech, looking for a bit of a revenge game, honestly, after it was like a 5-point loss to them on the road there at their place earlier in the season. That was our first ACC game, so a bit of a storyline to that game. And I'm looking forward to the revenge game. There's no way we lose. No way we lose that game. I'm guaranteeing it right now. Also, looks like Purdue is still trailing Nebraska by 11. So number 2 in the country has already gone down. Number 1 is on the ropes, and Sean Stewart gets the alley-oop slam. Beautifully done. Coming out of that timeout as we tick for the final 120 seconds. I'll get my friend at work to subscribe. Thank you, Chris. It's a Bills and a Duke fan. He goes for the 2 teams with the same color scheme. Although Duke doesn't have any red, but the blue counts, I guess. Proctor running point for Duke here in the final stretch. Over to Power. Power. Oh, nice feed there to Sean Stewart. And that block is actually going to not be a block. It's going to be a foul on Diaz-Graham. And Stewart will go to the free throw line. 73 to... Yeah, we kind of asked if Pitt was even going to make it to 50. Well, I guess they made it to 50. They made it that far, so... Last season, Upstate had 38. 12 and 13 Clemson had 40. And 06-07 Wake had 40. Well, there you go. Yes, I believe Upstate is the South Carolina one, yeah. And Sean Stewart hits too, so he's got... So it seems that 38 is the lowest that we've held a team to in modern Duke basketball history. So nicely done, Mr. Russman, going into the books. Good defense here by Proctor to deny the 3. A bit of a mismatch, but TJ Power comes over and helps, and there he's got the block, and now Duke out on the run with 60 seconds to go. We're just gonna pull it out and burn some clock here as we'll just tick this one down and settle things where they may. Are we going to actually try to score this? Foster takes a dribble inside the 3-point line. Good looking 3-point shot, but actually Stewart with the rebound, and Proctor will take another 3. Power skying in there for a board. Can't get it. Diaz-Graham will come up with that as he gets fouled by Power. And I think that is going to be it. So Filipowski is going to end the game with 26 points. My goodness, what a incredible night for Kyle. I mean, we've kind of been waiting for him to have one of these offensive. 38 is the lowest in the last 20 seasons. Russman 1, Machine 0. Eric, your job is safe. You have not been replaced by the AI yet. Today the Terminators, the AI Terminators have been defeated. Nicely done. And we are going to win by 22 here today. That is going to be the final tally of the 75-53, 26 points for Flip, with 10 rebounds here, 6 defensive boards and 4 offensive boards. So the double-double for Filipowski. You got 12 for Jared McCain, and I don't know where my stats just disappeared. Oh, no, they're there. There it that there. And the split box. Yes. So McCain on 5 of 9 shooting. I mean, the shooting for Filipowski tonight, just to get, close out on that. 26 points, 11 of 12. Almost a perfect stat line. He was 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. Didn't take a free throw, actually. 10 rebounds and 1 assist. If he hadn't missed that one shot, it would have been a pretty good looking stat line there. We probably would have had some sort of history made as highest field goal percentage for a player with at least 10 tries or something like that. I'm thinking like back when Lively or like a Mark Williams kind of game, right, where you have these incredibly high shooting percentages. Proctor didn't end up shooting that well, only 1 for 6 and 3 points, but he's still kind of getting back into it. He actually had 6 boards and 5 assists. I thought was pretty impressive. Roach with 9 points, 4 assists. He had some big shots at key moments to really help stretch the runs. And Caleb Foster, actually, sneaky stat here for Caleb Foster, 7 assists on the night. He actually led the team in assists. Did Foster, which is rather surprising. 7 assists and 2 turnovers. So yeah, great sort of sneaky stat line there from Foster. Almost had more assists than points. Love it. All right. Anyway, I think that's where we are going to leave it for tonight. I need to take the dog out for a quick break before bed, and then I got to get up early. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much, everybody, for staying up late and watching the game with us here this evening. I will see you all on Saturday for the game there against Georgia Tech. As always, stay safe out there,